Hey, and welcome to Sue Rogers Unedited. I am Sue Rogers. Fast food on every corner. How many times have you driven around and seen fast food places on every corner? And I'm talking all of them, you guys, like friggin' McDonald's, Taco Bell, Starbucks. Okay, Starbucks is not really a coffee place. It's a junk food place. Um, Dutch Bros doesn't really have a lot of food, but it's just straight freaking pure junk. Rumble cookies, which also has cakes. So they're not really cookies. Crumble dessert place. Um, but all of the things are on every corner. Every freaking corner. Multiple things on every corner. Fast food equals part of the reason why everybody's fat. Fast food equals fat. You guys, there's no nutrition in fast food. And think about like fast food wasn't always a thing. 50 plus years ago, like how long has McDonald's been around? But in the capacity that they are like now. And we know that none of them are using like no one's using organic food. Nobody's using uh gluten-free. Nobody's not using seed oils. Like these places are using nothing but garbage. And first, before you think, oh Sue, you're so perfect, you never eat any of this shit. Not true. Occasionally I am also eating the junk. But everything in moderation. And what I'm talking about here is the plethora of things that are out there now, the quantity and just sheer volume of places that exist. Okay, it's super easy just to be out and think, oh, I'm running short on time. I'm really hungry. I'll just pull through this drive-through here and get something real quick. Like I get it. I get it. And the world has conditioned us to always be on the go and fear of missing out, which is also bullshit, you guys. JOMO, the joy of missing out. That's where it's really about. And I have a whole blog post about that one. But the world has conditioned us to always be on the go and you gotta go do all this and you gotta have your kids signed up to do this, this, and this, and be a part of this and always be here and always be there. So then you never have time to like cook real healthy food at home. So then it's like, okay, we'll just pick up this or we'll pick up that. So I get it. Like they've made the trap really easy to fall into. It's so easy to fall into. And oh, the convenience. And let's let's get rid of the lie that it's cheaper. It is not cheaper. If you cook the right food at home, it is significantly cheaper. Like there's a certain meal that my family of four can cook and eat and have one leftover serving for somebody to have the next day. And I believe it was like $12 to fill all four of us. And I'm talking two grown ass men, a daughter who's an athlete. I'm not consuming that much stuff these days because I don't work out as much as I used to, but the meal was enough for potentially five of us. Okay, so you count that leftover meal. So it's five servings, clean organic food, all stuff from Trader Joe's, and it was like $12. You can't get a meal for five people for $12 anywhere. Like a meal anywhere now for one person is at least $12. So the point here is when you look at society also, before all of this fast food was like on every freaking corner, people weren't as fat. There is a correlation. It's accumulation of a lot of things too that's contributing to how like at least 40% of adults are obese. I feel like it's climbing higher than that now. You guys, that's bad. That is so bad. All of the conditions and things that it does to your body when you're obese, like no wonder we're sicker and sicker and sicker because our bodies are fatter and fatter and fatter. And like our bodies are not designed to have all that extra weight on them. When you have the more fat you have, that fat has to be fed by blood. So then there's all these like vessels and veins and things to feed the fat. So all of that blood that's pumping from your heart now has to travel significantly farther to feed all of the fat. So the bigger you are, the harder your heart is working to pump all that blood out to where it's, designed to go. So you're putting all that extra work onto your heart. Not only that, the rest of your internal organs are having to do all kinds of extra work, and then they're getting all kinds of extra pressure on top of them from all the extra weight. And then your joints get all that extra pressure from all the extra weight. Heart disease, type 2 diabetes, like all of these things stem from obesity. And it like the world is not helping. The world is not helping people to be fitter because they're giving us shit food choices. They've made everything so convenient. We just drive everywhere. You don't really have to like work physically hard unless you have one of those, you know, trade jobs that you actually are physically moving. But a lot of people are sitting in a freaking cubicle, not moving their asses all day long or getting any vitamin D out in the sun at all day long. So there's all these things like accumulate that are part of the problem. But the fast food on every corner, you guys, is not freaking helping. And something that I've used for a long time, because I heard it from somewhere a long time ago. When you're choosing what you're putting into your body, right? You're either feeding disease or you're fighting disease. So when you choose to eat the junk, just also say, I'm choosing to put poison into my body. It makes the meal not taste as good. It makes you want to not do it as often when you're putting those words out loud, because that's really what it is. Like, okay, today I'm going to choose the junk, knowing that it's not doing anything beneficial to my body. But if it's one meal, one time, but you have to do the one meal one time. You can't be like, oh, it's just breakfast. Okay, well now it's just lunch and then I'll eat a healthy dinner. Oh, it's too late. I ran out of time. I'm just gonna get some junk for dinner too. Like you can't look at it that way at all. The balance is like 80-20. So 80% of your day or week is good. 20%, you got a little wiggle room if you were in a hurry and had to grab something. Just try to make it the healthiest something as possible. So yeah, choose like, okay, when you have that healthy meal, sorry, got off track there for a moment. But when you have that healthy meal, you can choose to say, okay, well now I'm putting food or fuel or nourishing my body and fighting disease with the meals that are actually good for you. So when you look at it that way, it also makes it a little easier to be like, ooh, do I really want to choose that, knowing that it's doing nothing good for my body? And how does my body feel right now? Like if your body in that moment feels gross or just no energy or not good, then do you think putting the junk into it is going to make you feel better physically? Maybe mentally it makes you feel better for like a bite, but it's physically not going to give you the energy or make you feel better. Whereas the healthy option would. So really start to flip the script too, because everything that is being pushed down our throats is like, do this, you deserve it. You're have that treat yourself. That's the word I was looking for. Hashtag treat yourself. You can't treat yourself with shit all day long and expect to feel good and look good. It's not how it works. Okay. You gotta treat yourself to the things that are actually going to heal yourself and make you feel good and make you look good. That's how we get it back, you guys. Um, we also can demand better ingredients. Like if you guys been following along with all the stuff the Food Babe has been doing with fighting against Kellogg's, taking the garbage ingredients out of their really anything at Kellogg's is just shit food anyways. It's not even real food. But they could put better ingredients in it is the point. Like if you're gonna put this stuff labeled as food on the shelves, it should have real food ingredients in it, not toxic food dyes, not a bunch of fucking high fructose corn syrup, not a bunch of genetically modified, or you guys, Oreos. Oreos now have on the label contains a biogenetically engineered ingredient. Like, what the fuck is that? And it's not just Oreos, it's that whole company. But there's a couple of places now that under the list of ingredients, it says contains a genetically engineered ingredient. Okay. That means there's something in there that was created out of fucking God knows what. Don't eat it. Don't eat it. or we demand that they change the laws and really restrict things in our food that are not food. So don't buy the crap is step one. If we're not buying it, then they're either going to change it or go out of business. So we have the power. If you do have to make the choice of getting something fast food, actually look at the menu and find the cleanest possible thing on there. Okay, so what's an example of that? Well, I guess it also depends on your health goals, but like, say you go to In and Out. Well, I don't think there's super 100% clean ingredients in the bun. So if you got a burger with the protein style wrapped in lettuce, then you're not getting the bun. If you're working on your blood sugars, just don't get the French fries either, because potatoes do all kinds of weird, stupid spikes to blood sugars. So you could get the protein style burger, get two of them. Like you're gonna do so much better for your body if you just did that and avoided the bun and the fries to begin with. So look for healthier options, which means something that's mostly protein. Avoid the breads, avoid fries, or split fries with somebody so you're not eating the whole thing. Find ways to get the healthiest possible thing if you're in a bind, so that you're still eating something, not starving yourself, not going crazy, but finding something that will be the best possible option. So let's do us all a favor. Your health is important. You matter. You should feel good. You should look good. And when you look good, it makes you feel even better too, right? You put on that outfit and you're like, oh man, I haven't fit this good into this in a long time. And then your whole mood is better. Think of it that way, because you should feel good. It is important. The way to beat the system is to not be in the system. So avoid their junk, outsmart them, just drive on by. Or if you're hungry and you have time, go into the actual grocery store where the ingredients are going to be a little bit cleaner because they're making it fresh and not packaging it and shipping it or doing whatever they're doing to it at the fucking fast food places. Go into a Sprouts, go into a Trader Joe's, get something that they cooked and take that home, and you'll be saving yourself some of the extra poison and junk that's in all the fast food. Okay, good luck out there. Put your blinders on when you're driving so you don't see all the places out there that you're trying to avoid. And good luck. Thank you for following and watching Anchor. No, not Anchor. They switched some things up. I gotta change my taglines, guys. YouTube, Spotify, Sue Rogers Unedited. Find me over on my website where all the other links for everything else is going on, www.balancedaylife.com, and have an awesome freaking day.